What's up, friends? It's Full Firecore. Welcome back to Set Showcase. So let's get into these mons that we're going to be showcasing today, which is Weavile, as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title. But let's talk about Weavile first. Weavile is my favorite, well, one of my favorite Pokemons of all time. It is like up there, top 5, top 3, top 2. It is awesome. I love this thing. It's really cool, and I don't really know what started that. It just has a really cool design. It's really fast, and yeah. But I got some sets for it today, and we're gonna talk about some of these that you can use inside of OU. Since this thing is a UUBL, it's like inside the borderline. But this thing I think has to be OU. Can't drop down to UU. This is too strong. As you can tell, it has a horrible defensive type, being weak to a plethora of very common attacks, being steel, fighting, rock, fire, bug. I'm gonna say bug too. This thing is really weak, okay? This thing is absolutely dominated if it can't do it at once. But most of the time it can do it at once, since it has a very high speed tier. But let's talk about what these things do. So we have 6 sets today. Of course, we have the meme set sitting there inside the final slot, being like just kind of sitting there, waiting for its time to shine, which is actually kind of funny. I didn't test it or anything, but you know, maybe it's good. But let's talk about the viable sets. So first, we're going to start off the one that mostly I use. I know that this isn't the best one, but this is the Focus Sash Sword Stance set. So I kind of like to think this is like an Excadrill. I don't know why. Just I think Focus Sash SD, I always think of Excadrill, especially with this EV spread. So this one has access to Icicle Crash, which has a chance to miss, but it's still pretty strong. Ice Shard for priority. It's going to be outspeeding most of the time, but just in case someone's really fast, like a Volcarona at 1 HP, and then knock off. That's pretty much all this thing does. Now, I'm not really too sure why I have Pickpocket on this thing. I kind of just wanted to showcase it. It has 2 moves, two abilities. One of them being Pressure. Now, Pressure makes it so PP power points go down 2 instead of 1. So that's good at stalling people's PP out. Oh my god. But, yeah, actually, I don't think Pickpocket has any use in OU. Yeah, I don't think so. Like, no, if they get you down to that, then it's pretty much pointless, because they have to make contact with you. Yeah, what I was thinking is, if you go down to your Focus Sash, you lose your Focus Sash, and then you have the ability to take their item. But not only have knockoff to do that, right? But they also need to hit you, and to get your Focus Sash, you have to be at 1 HP. So they're going to kill you anyways. Anyways, this is the first set. This is not the common set, but the one that I use most of the time. And this just shows how strong this mon is, because if this thing can get up a Sword Stance, it's going to do quite a bit. Now, onto the one that is kind of like the only one people use. It is the Choice Band set. Now, if you go on OU right now, this is the one you're going to be running into most of the time. But there's a reason for that. SD on a mon like this is kind of difficult. Like, sure, if you get a really good read or something, or if you get like the first Pokemon out and they have like a Blossom or something. Even Blossom could probably sweep you, since this thing does not have the best special defense either. But yeah, if somehow you can get a Sword Stance up, cool, but I think it's better just to have that pure power. Because Choice Band brings you up 1.5, so it's kind of like getting half of the Sword Stance, which I think is fine for not having to waste a turn, doing the whole dance of the blades. So, this is exactly the same thing, but it is switched out inside of Low Kick instead of Sword Dance, of course. Now, Low Kick is for them tanky steel type mons, and usually them fat mons, since Low Kick does more damage the heavier the opponent. So I don't know if it has like a cap or something, because I know there are some real fat mons out there that are like 2,000 pounds or something. I don't remember. I read those old Pokemon books, those handbook guides that I got for my birthday, and that's how I kind of remember the weights of the Pokemon. But if it looks fat, it's probably heavy. Except Duraludon, I think it's not that heavy. Anyways, yep, it has that for some extra coverage. Now moving on to a set that is a little bit more situational, since the Choice Band set is kind of just the all-rounder, You can switch this thing in as like a revenge killer. It's fast, good attack. This is more of a, a funny lead that you can use. So this is something that Blunder made. I don't know if Blunder made it. I'm pretty sure he used it. Yeah, he used it, but I don't know if he started the trend of using it. But it's pretty funny. Okay, so let's talk about this, because since there are a bunch of things that have to be talked about first. So first, you're probably looking at these moves like, well, I see two of them that I can understand, and then the other two are like very confusing. So the first move is Beat Up, which is a very weird attack. So basically, Beat Up is a very weak attack, only having well, it doesn't have a base power, but it does damage depending on how many allies you have inside the party. It's a really weird move, and doesn't really make sense on how your allies can help you beat up the opponent, and that should be illegal inside of a Pokemon battle, but it's fine, I guess. It hits 6 times, so you're probably already understanding why I gave this thing the King's Rock. Yes, this thing has a, I don't know, I'm pretty sure it doesn't add them all together because that would be too broken, but I'm pretty sure it's like a 40-50% chance to flinch. So not like Togekiss level, and Beat Up's not that strong, but I've been able to get some kills by just flinching people out, and it is aggravating to go against. But another move was actually given to this Mon, which I think makes it very good. Now, okay, so there are two things you can do. There is Icicle Crash, which is an 80 base power move with 90 accuracy, which has a 20% chance to flinch. Paired up with King's Rock, it has a 30% chance to flinch. Then we have Triple Axle, which is a move that hits 3 times, but has a 0% chance to flinch. At least I think so. Yeah, but it gains power each time. So it's stronger than Icicle Crash, and altogether I'm pretty sure it has a less chance to flinch than Icicle Crash, since I don't think King's Rock stacks on all of the hits. Or maybe it does, because Cloyster has that. I don't know. I just wanted to give it another multi-hit move to go along with its King's Rock, but Icicle Crash also works since that thing already has a crit chance. Then I give it Ice Shard for speed, or priority in there, and then Knock Off, since that's kind of like the signature move for most Weaviles. Yep, and of course the exact same EV spread, since these ones have the exact same EV spread, since there's no reason to run anything else, unless you're running a very whack set, which unfortunately the meme Weavile does not have. Moving on, we have SD Substitute Life Orb Weavile. So this is kind of funny. Remember what I was saying on the first one? You're not probably going to get a chance to go for an SD. That's why I put the Focus Sash on it. Well, this one tries to take advantage of people switching out, and you can get up a substitute, then hit them, or get a substitute and then SD. So, yeah, pairing this up with Life Orb, I think, is the best. You could do, I don't know, you could just keep subbing down or something. Like, you could sub, hopefully they switch out, go for SD, they break your sub, and keep SDing until you're at a 25% HP, and then you can get like a Bataya Berry or something and get your speed risen, but at that point I'm pretty sure you're already faster than most things. Even though Dragapult does outspeed you, unless it's not max speed, I think. Pretty sure it still outspeeds you. But you have Icicle Crash. Well, actually you don't have Ice Shard on this set, so if you really want to worry about that thing, put on Ice Shard. But yeah, I think this is a pretty interesting thing you could use. Again, I don't think going for subs is too risky, but still. Most people are going to see a Weavile and not try to let it get too much momentum, since these things are scary, especially on a team with hyper offense, since you want to take out hyper offense as quickly as possible. You don't want to let these things set up SDs and then beat you up, unless you got an unaware Mon. Okay, moving on. We have the Choice Scarf Revenge Killer. Okay, so I was looking through the Smogon sets, which sometimes I just yoink since I want to have a full party, you could say, of 6, since I like showcasing 6 sets, unless there's not 6 sets like Dedenne, or a few other sets. But anyways, this is the Choice Scarf Revenge Killer. So I found this on the Monotype section, because inside of Monotype, using this Mon, I guess people want to use Choice Scarf, and then Foul Play to deal with people having high speed and high attack, and you can kill them with that, which is cool, but I do not think this is too good and viable. But, well, in OU, if you're doing Monotype, you can do that, since this seems to be the only viable set in Monotype. But anyways, this is the only reason why I put this thing in, is to talk about Scarf Weavile inside of a different sense. So if you guys have been watching Pokeaim, I'm pretty sure he's only made a few videos on it, but he's made a few older videos, talking and using Scarfed Weavile to counter Mega Zam, or Mega Alakazam. So Mega Alakazam does outspeed Weavile, and it's kind of just like a 70% chance that you die from a Focus Blast, or a Dazzling Gleam if they have it, or you switch out and go on your day. But what's cool about Weavile is it's very close to outspeeding it. So along with the Choice Scarf, you're going to be able to one-shot Mega Alakazam. And I remember inside of one of Pokeaim's videos, some dude got really butthurt because he was preparing to go for a Dazzling Gleam and take out the Weavile, but nope. Pokeaim came in there, and I'm pretty sure he went for like a Pursuit or something, because I'm pretty sure Weavile gets Pursuit. Yeah, it does, which I think is going to make it a lot better, since Pursuit, why they cut Pursuit? It is such an integral part of the game. Tyranitar, it needs it. It's just like trapping. It makes it so people can't switch out if they make a bad play. It's like you're calling them on their bullshit, because switching out is too strong in this game. But whatever. When Weavile gets that, it's going to be even stronger. But I think Choice Scarf with knockoff, and in this case Foul Play, could really help with Mons that would normally outspeed it, and they're like all prepared to take you out, and you can just absolutely destroy them, and then they get very confused. One thing that I think Weavile would really benefit by is having access to U-turn. Like, I don't think it'll ever get it, since it it doesn't really look like the Mon that gets it, but there are quite a bit of Mons out there that don't really make sense why they have a bug-type move. So I don't think U-turn has the same meaning as, oh, it's a bug-type move, so only Pokemon related to bugs can have it. That's not how Pokemon works. Porygon can learn Ice-type moves because it can shoot beams, and Landorus can use U-turn because it can do donuts or whatever. But if Weavile has access to U-turn, which it does not at the moment, it has X-Scissor, which is not good since Bug Stab isn't the best, or just bug coverage isn't the best, but switching out is very good. So maybe this thing will get access to Flip Turn, which it does not, Volt Switch, which would be really weird, or U-turn, since I think that would really help Weavile. Maybe pushing it to OU status. But yeah, that's the Choice Scarf set. Yeah, this is just National Dex. I mean, Monotype. I guess you could do Monotype National Dex if you want. That would probably be more fun. And then moving on, we have the meme set. So we have the ugliest, stinkiest, most putrid shiny inside the entire existence. So why did they not make this thing white? Literally, just like take its body and like inverse the colors or something. Make it like blue and white and black. That would be sick and awesome. But no, they made this abomination of nature. Yellow and pink. I always thought this thing looked like a sunburnt person that had like copious amounts of like blonde hair, and it is ugly to look at. So I'm just keeping this since I like making the shiny the meme. So, well, this is a meme. This is a meme of a shiny. Total waste of potential. That's why I never use shiny Weavile. It looks ugly as fuck, unless you want to flex on your friends that you have one of the ugliest shinies in existence. God. But this is the meme set. Do not use this, like I say all the time. But this is something that you could maybe mess around with. So, like I said at the beginning of the video, I have not tested this yet, so I don't know if it works or not. But if it does, that would be pretty cool. But this is the Iron Ball Fling Weavile. So Weavile has access to Fling, which is a Dark-type move, so you get stat bonus. And the user flings an item at the target, giving them the item. Now, I'm not really sure if they have to, like, have no item. So I don't know if you have to, like, knock off their item and then you give them the item, or if it just switches those items, they lose their current item, and then they have this. I do not know, because I've never used Fling. Ever. But even if it doesn't, it's still kind of cool, because Fling does more damage depending on the item being chucked. So, like I said, Peterson, a berry, does very little damage, but something like an Iron Ball or maybe a Rocky Helmet could do more damage. So that's something. But what's also cool about the Iron Ball, it also cripples Mons. Having their speed and making it so flying types pretty much lose their flying type. They become neutrally hit by ground type moves. So if you hit it on a Zapdos, that Zapdos is going to be able to be hit by Earthquake, which is very funny. But I'm pretty sure it still has a the resistance to fighting. I don't think it like loses its flying type. I'm just pretty sure its ground immunity is nullified and it takes neutral damage from it. Of course, stacked on to the type effectiveness and ineffectiveness of the secondary type. In Zapdos' case, being electric, it is weak to it now. But anyways, this thing also has Icicle Crash and Ice Shard. Probably want to put Knockoff on instead of Icicle Crash. I don't know, this kind of looks like a lead set to like deal with I don't know, maybe Halucha or something. That'd be kind of funny. But Halucha would just kill you. So that's not too smart. But you could use this however you want to. If you do have to knock off their item, this thing has access to knockoff, but it is slow as fuck because its speed gets halved when it's holding this. So I don't know if you want to do something like max HP, max attack, which would be kind of funny because I've never seen a single Weavile do anything like that. But you know, you can always do different things, especially with this ugly Weavile. But yeah, it also has low kick for some coverage, but I don't think this thing is a coverage mon. This looks like a trolley mon that you use. So what's funny is this is actually the first time that I've used a I'm not going to say viable set, but it's a little bit more viable than some of the meme sets, because usually they're just like the Pokemon that usually is choice band, I make it specs. Wow, so creative. But it doesn't matter. Alright, so I don't know how abruptly I ended that section, but it's actually almost exactly 24 hours since the last section of the video, or before that pause. I was interrupted, and I kind of just forgot to do it until the morning, so I'm doing it at the night again, and I was just about to wrap it up, so, yeah, I think I'll just wrap up this video. These are all the sets. Pretty cool. Pretty sure I already went over a full coverage of them, but if you want full coverage, you can rewatch the video. So, with that being said, guys, thank you for watching, and keep on the lookout for my videos.